Hello, everyone. You are welcome to another session with the Thriving Immigrant Woman. Again, I'm Yvette Takwe, your host here. In the session of today, we're going to be talking and looking at cultural shock, how to maintain your dignity and your self-worth as an immigrant. So I want to call upon all my immigrants. Are you Nigerian, Kenya, Cameroonian? Come on, let's have a chat. Thank you. For in this space, we rise, we grow, and we thrive together. You're welcome to this session. So, my beautiful people, let's do this together. Come on, let's share ideas together. So, cultural shock is very real, and I'm very, very willing today to share my experience with you all. And this is what I want us to understand. If you're honest with yourself, you will know that cultural shock is very real. Are you that first person that got into the US and when you want to buy a single item, you're quick to convert the dollar value to that of the CFA, or you're quick to compare how much a dollar here can give you in Nigeria when you're using the naira? So I found myself in that same situation last year, but how did I overcome this? So now I want to give us 4 stages when it comes to cultural shock, right? And the first one I want to talk about is the honeymoon stage. So the honeymoon stage is the stage in which you're so excited that you're in a new country, you're so excited that you're in a new environment, and you're very, very vibrant and wanting to engage and to get into different aspects of your life as an immigrant and begin that new journey. Right at that point, it's very, very exciting for everyone and very, very encouraging, and you want everybody to come on board with you. You want to share that experience with family. And the second stage is the frustration stage. I'm going to share a little bit about this frustration stage. And I want you to know that if you're somewhere right now, you're feeling frustrated, you're not all by yourself. It can get sometimes frustrating when you're asking or when you're trying to say burger, and the Americans are telling you it's not burger, it's burger. Or you're trying to talk with your African accent, and the friends are laughing at you in school. I want to share this. I want to tell you a little story how I got frustrated and how I lost my job as an immigrant trying to find my way here in the United States. So I'd gone for a job interview. I just finished a certification program and I went for a job interview. And guess what? If you're coming from Africa, especially my Cameroon sisters and brothers, you can tell me, you can relate with me. If you're coming from Africa, our parents teach you how to be respectful. You compose yourself. You only speak when you've been asked to speak. And back home, we know that eye contact, they call it disrespect. But here on this side of the world, it is necessary. That's what proves your confidence. And that's what tells the people here that you're saying the truth. So I got into this job interview and we're having a good time. But what became so awkward about the job interview was the fact that the main person interviewing me at that job, when we started, I introduced myself and she introduced herself using her name, which I'm not going to use because I don't want to disclose anybody's identity. And from me, where I was coming from, my humble nature, I was talking to her and I was saying, Miss. I was saying, Miss. At a certain point, she stopped me and she was like, if you keep calling me Miss, then I'm going to call this interview off. You can't be calling me Miss because you sitting here, you can be older than me. In my mind, I was like, oh my God, how can I see an older lady and I'm not going to give her that respect? And I'm not going to give her that due respect to acknowledge that she's an older person. But I did not understand the American culture. And what I understood now was you have to address people by what or by the names they want you to address them. So that's one lesson we are going to be learning when you start adapting to your new culture. So cutting the long story short, I ended up failing that interview, and that was a big lesson for me. That told me I had to start learning the values. I had to start learning the culture of the people of the United States to know how to interact with them. And I had to go correct that mistake before going for the next interview. So let's keep it moving. The third stage is the adjustment stage. And in the adjustment stage, you begin to find rhythm. You begin to learn the system and you start adapting with whatever your environment wants you to do. You start learning the different seasons: summer, winter, autumn, spring. In some African countries, they mostly have just 2 seasons. And you start learning how to adapt. You start learning how to understand their own accent, and you start learning how to communicate with them when it comes to body language and everything. And the fourth stage is the acceptance stage. This stage, marks the beginning of your progress and is going to spring you forth to how progressive you're going to be. This is the final stage that builds peace between your old world and your new world. So at this time, you're accepting the differences, and but you're still learning to be who you are and don't change yourself, but learning their own culture and moving forward. So now, as we continue in this series, now the question I want to ask you is, in the course of all these changes, how do you, as a believer, how do you, as an immigrant, how do you, as a first timer in this environment, how can you maintain your dignity amid all these challenges? How can you still be able to stand up to your culture? How can you still be able to stand up for your beliefs? How can you still be able to stand up for who you are and your purpose? So we have to understand that sometimes the journey to in the journey to survive, we need to tolerate a lot of situations. And when we start tolerating these situations, it doesn't mean that we're going to disrespect ourselves or disrespect each other, or that when we are treated unfairly, we are not going to speak up. We're still going to speak up, but we're still going to maintain our values. But some things I want you to understand, first of all, is that dignity is not pride. Some people call others who decide to set boundaries and prove their dignity as if they are proud. You need to get to understand where they are coming from and where they are going to. And secondly, dignity is saying no to what dishonors you. So you're not going to speak bad about my country, speak bad about where I'm coming from, and you just want me to bow to it. No, I'm still going to stand up for who I am. I'm still going to stand up for my culture, right? And above all, dignity is carrying your head high, even when life decides to humble you. So some of us, we leave our motherland, we leave our countries. Guess what? We are ministers' children. Guess what? We are the pastor's daughter. Guess what? I used to have mates back at home, but I come to a country, I have to do basically everything for myself. So that will still humble you. But does that mean you're going to give up? No. That means we're still going to continue to accept the changes, accept the differences. And guess what? And we're still going to keep moving on, right? So how do we then thrive beyond cultural shock? The one thing I want to tell you, number one, is that you have to stay connected to your roots. The fact that you moved away from home, you're now in a new environment, doesn't mean you have to forget the people back home. You have to forget your culture. Oh my God. You still have to be able to wake up on Sunday mornings, dress yourself in that beautiful African dress and showcase your culture. Yes, you still have to get into that party when you're asked to bring a dish to participate with others, be able to present your cultural dish. That is who you are. You don't have to keep that identity back. So we still have to stay connected to our roots. You have to build your new community. Yes, you don't have to stay in close. No, you have to learn how to go out there, build a new community, let them know who you are, and then you get to know who they are, and together you build a stronger body. And then you have to keep learning. There is no day we're going to stop learning. We learn. It doesn't matter how old, big, knowledgeable you are, we still learn from each other. So you have to keep learning. And number four, learn to celebrate your dual identity. I'm proud of who I am. I can't stop saying it. I'm proud of being Cameroonian. I'm proud to say I'm from Mendankwe. And I'm going to also accept the fact that now I'm here on this side of the world, becoming an American, or currently an American. I'm not going to accept their own way of life. I'm going to accept their own way of life, but I'm still going to hold on to my qualities and stay calm. So on that note, I want to thank you for being here today. And I want you to know, if you're an immigrant in any part of the world, it doesn't matter if it's only the United States, the United Kingdom, in any other country or any part of the world, cultural shock is real. But you surviving, thriving, and growing in cultural shock still remains you being able to maintain and showcase your self-worth, and above all, maintain your dignity. Thank you. I'm still your host, Yvette Takwe, bringing to you life-changing sessions on how you can grow and stay connected as an immigrant or anybody who intends to learn. Thank you.